How's it going, my musical warriors? We are about to start today's assignment number 20, which is talking about singer. Ooh, and I almost said the type of music that he sing. Anyway, we are talking about Jim Croce today, and we are going to actually watch a pair of videos. I have got to get the videos up here on this one. So Jim Croce was a very, very famous singer. He actually made it to #1 on the charts in 1973. So nope, that's not the right one. And that's actually a very interesting thing, considering the type of music that he played. It was not necessarily what you would think would be popular, but it was at the time. And so he did crossover, and so that means that he's actually a pretty cool dude. So, okay, Jim dash operator. There it is. Okay, nope, not yet. All right, so now that I've got everything, I've got my whole world together here and can get you guys ready to go, I'm going to start the present what you guys are after on this time through it, because we're actually going to listen to two different versions. This time through, you should be listening to the lyrics and watching the lyrics. Okay, we're watching the lyrics because we will be discussing what the song itself is about. And that's going to make it very important that you pay attention to the lyrics. Then the second one that we watched is going to be a live version. And the live version is what we're going to pay attention to, the instruments that are playing and the singers that are singing. All right, so here, without further ado, is Mr. Jim Croce and some lyrics so you guys can follow along and find out what the heck this song is about. Here we go. All right. So, there we have the first version. The first version of Operator. Now, let's talk about what is the genre. Any guesses? Does anybody have any guesses on what the genre is?
Rock or country.
Okay, it is neither rock nor country. Good try. Anyone else? Anybody else? Anybody else with any idea about what the heck this might be?
Potentially.
Okay, what do you have potentially?
Blues.
Ooh, that is a very good guess. Wrong, I am afraid to say. Let's keep trying. I'll give you a hint. This type of genre starts with an F. I see people are starting to do some typing on the chat. Did somebody just say
Funk?
Definitely not funk, beauty, but it is, starts with an F and ends with a K. Kyla over here in the choir is correct, ladies and gentlemen. It is, in fact, folk music. And if you remember, we talked, I believe it was on Friday, we were talking about bluegrass. And I said bluegrass is a predecessor to country, but actually folk is where country truly came from. Now, there was a good resurgence for folk in the 60s and the 70s. Artists like Bob Dylan, if you know who he is, you should know Bob. If you don't, you might want to look him up because he's pretty famous and very, very good at what he does. Arlo Guthrie, as a matter of fact, his father, Woody Guthrie, wrote the song This Land Is My Land. You guys might have sung that maybe in elementary school or something like that. It's a very, a good patriotic song about seeing the United States. And Jim Croce, and of course, like I said, Arlo Guthrie, these were all people that brought folk music to the popular scene in the 60s and the 70s. But Jim Croce, he had a #1 hit in 1973, just after his death, called Bad, Bad Leroy Brown. A very, very cool song. And this song, Operator, came before that one. And I believe it was a top 10 hit, if memory serves me correct. I'm old and sometimes it doesn't. Anyway, so we know we got folk music. So what is the song about? Anyone? Choir? Band? What's the song about?
He was trying to call someone.
Okay, he is trying to call someone. And back in the day, if you didn't know what the number was, you would call the operator to try to get that number. So that's what he had done. He was on a payphone to do this too. And there is a way that I know that. It's called lyric interpretation. So what is the story? What is he singing about? Anybody? What is the story about? Come on, Kyra. Come on, Lyric. Let's go, Beauty. Let's go. What is it about? Come on, Camilla. Where's all my smart ones? What's the song about? A Girl in LA. Okay, Beauty, you are on the right track. A Girl in LA. He's trying to call someone in LA. Why is he trying to call him or her? Beauty says, it's like a breakup song. Well, sorta. Okay. She's living in LA with my best old ex-friend Ray. Something's there. He is trying to call them both, Phoenix. Not just her, but him too. What do you think happened? Think about it. With my best old ex-friend Ray, a guy she said she knew well and sometimes hated. Let's think about that. Let's interpret it. What do you think happened? Come on, guys. This is not that hard. Oh, she cheated, said Beauty. That would be my interpretation too. Okay. So Jalen over here said the same thing. Someone cheated. Yes, I would believe that he was cheated on by his girlfriend and his friend, his best friend, which could probably be just about the worst thing that could happen to you, because not only do you lose your girlfriend, but you also lose your best friend, and that's got to be bad. So I say that because it's never happened to me. I consider myself lucky for that. All right, so let's talk about the second verse. There's a line in there that he says, operator, I can't read the number that you just gave me. There's something in my eyes. You know what happens every time when I think about a love that I thought would save me. What do you think is in his eyes? You guys can unmute and talk. That would be okay too.
Tear.
Very good, Bailey. Camilla, you said it at the same time. He is crying, so he cannot read the number that he wrote down that she gave him. So he calls her again. And he says, operator, I can't read the number that you gave me, man. I'm crying. Of course, he didn't say that. This is good old lyric interpretation. All right, let's go to the third verse. In the third verse, he says, operator, let's forget about this call. There's no one there that I really wanted to talk to. Okay, he said, thank you for your time. You have been so much more than kind. All right. Now, what was the next line that he said? How much does a phone call in 1972 cost? Yes, Miss Angela. I don't know if you're trying to talk, but I can't hear you if you are. You can put it on the chat, Angela, if your mic is not working right. Anybody? Did anybody catch that last line? It's actually very good, Angela. She caught it. He says, you can keep the dime. So that's how much it cost him to talk to the operator. So a phone call in 1973 cost a dime. All right, so what we're going to do right now is we're going to listen to it again. This time we're not going to be listening for the lyrics because we've talked about the lyrics. What we're going to be listening for is the instruments and the singers. The only difference is, and there is a difference, ladies and gentlemen, because I wouldn't be playing this unless there was, is this is a live version, and he is actually playing with a songwriting partner. His name is Maurice, and unfortunately, these two gentlemen died together, along with an additional 4 people on in the plane. Okay, that is one of the questions. Actually, I'm sorry, it's not a bonus question. I just changed that. But anyway, Jim was killed going from one gig to another. And so his songwriting partner, his manager, and his road manager, and the pilot were all killed at the same time. So here we go. This is a live version on a television show. All right. So now that we've heard it the second time, I think you probably caught a few more things about what he was singing. Now, how in the world did I know at the beginning of the class that he was on a payphone? How did I know that? How did I interpret that from the lyrics? You probably don't know. You know, has anybody here, raise a hand, used a payphone before? Have you ever seen a payphone? Yes, no, maybe so. I see a couple thumbs up over here. Okay. When you use a payphone, that's the only time that you actually put money into the phone. You can't put money into your cell phone. Okay. And you can't put money into a home phone, so you got to be at a payphone. Okay, so the fact that he said you can keep the dime, that was a pretty good indicator that he's at a payphone. And that's the thing about interpreting lyrics that you can do, is you can glean a lot more information from the lyrics than what they're actually saying, like that he was crying. Okay, that was another example. Okay, let's talk about our instruments. What do you guys think? What instruments did you see and or hear?
Guitar.
All right, what kind of a guitar? When you say guitar, you can mean a whole bunch of different guitars. You mean a dobro, or do you mean an electric? What do you mean? What do you mean? What kind of guitar? Come on, guys. Dalen's ahead of you. He's already telling me what the singers were. Very good, Jalen. Jalen over here got it. It is an acoustic guitar. Okay? You can always tell an acoustic guitar because it has the tone hole right underneath the strings. and the shape of the body is very, very particular, okay? Because the shape of that body is actually hollow on the inside, so you can actually hear it. It resonates out of that hole, out of that tone hole. So were they both playing acoustic guitars? Yes? No? Yes? No? Yes, they were. They were both playing acoustic guitars. Yes, good job, Dalen. Okay, so what other thing? Dalen over here has the first one. Actually, he has both. He has male lead singer and male backup singer, and he is right on both accounts. Anything else going on that stage? Did you hear any drums? Did you maybe hear a symphony, or was there some guy in the background playing piano? Anything like that? Dalen says yes. What else did you hear, Dalen? I'm kind of interested to hear this. He says yes. What did you mean, Dalen? He must be typing because he's being awful quiet. He could simply unmute his microphone and talk.
Well, I wasn't saying yes because of
okay.
I was saying yes because of the backup singer.
Okay. That's good, because I was a little bit worried for you because there was nothing else going on. What you saw was what you heard. So the funny thing, did you notice how happy that background singer was? Didn't he look? I mean, he was all smiling as he was playing, and no, he really wasn't, was he? He looked pretty unhappy. I think it's kind of funny. That's his songwriting partner. And when they first got together as songwriting partners, Maurice was actually, that's his name, Maurice. Maurice was actually the lead singer, and Jim Croce was the background singer. And it was Maurice that taught Jim how to use more chords as a songwriter, because before that, Jim Croce was kind of a 3 or 4 chord songwriter. Most of his albums that he recorded, 2 of them that he recorded before he met Maurice, they didn't do anything for him. So he learned how to write songs better from this guy. And so, I don't know, I always kind of think that maybe Maurice is wondering, what happened to my life? I was the lead singer. Now I'm in the background. I don't know. It's just me. But anyway, so that is that's what we need to talk about today. There's still a couple questions there, maybe one bonus question on assignment number 20 that you can answer, and then turn them in, and you should be good to go for today. So without further ado, I got to say goodbye here. So that's all we got for today, my musical warriors. So I just have to do my sign off, and that is peace out. Love you guys. We'll see you again tomorrow.